My name is Zach Moore. On June 3rd, 2003, I was pushed to the ground by an unseen force in Grovevale Cemetery in Hanoverton, Ohio. Over the last 17 years, I've dedicated a lot of time and effort into researching what we refer to as paranormal activity. Only recently did I decide to film a series featuring my investigations of some of my favorite locations, as well as some new ones. These investigations will be done 100% solo. The following investigation is one of Z's paranormal expeditions. Grovevale Cemetery is located in Hanoverton, Ohio. It is at the top of the hill on Cemetery Road. Legend states that if you put a cemetery up on a hill, you would reach heaven sooner because you are closer to heaven by being on the hill. Cemetery is approximately 14 acres, and it is still very, very active, dating back to roughly the early 1800s. Hanoverton itself was a prominent canal town in the area, which unfortunately dwindled to next to nothing due to the refusal of the railroad, which we will get into later on in this episode. Prominent people buried in the cemetery include Robert Hastings. He was a U.S. congressman. Robert B. Wood, who was a Congressional U.S. Medal of Honor recipient from the Civil War. And also Henry Harrison High Myers. He was a Major League Baseball player who played in the early 1900s. Prominent townspeople buried here included the Lockards, the Sloans, the Robertsons, the Arter family, and the Nicholas family. There are many, many others. However, those are the main people for the history aspect of Hanoverton. From a paranormal aspect, these two images are two of my favorites from the cemetery. This mist, we have deduced that it is not breath. Yes, it can be debatable if you were not there whenever it was taken, but that's also a lot of pictures. The shadow figure, we still cannot debunk, and I actually have offered $100 on Ghost Walks for anyone who can debunk it. Without further ado, here comes the investigation, where it all began. Here we go. Grovevale Cemetery. Place that started it all for me. "17 years ago. And even to this day, after all the locations I've investigated, all my experiences, this place still freaks me out. Stuff was getting so bad up here. It's been 3 years since I've spent more than an hour up here by myself. No, not even that. I would say longest I've been up here in the last 3 years by myself is a good 15-20 minutes. And here we go. So this is Sarah and William Lockard. They came from Scotland, and so one thing about William Lockard, he was a very, very stingy man. There are 2 ghost stories around him. One is that he still watches over his house, and that he went to Consumers Bank long after he died. He also did not allow his kids to have his inheritance, as it was turned into gold bricks and either placed in the chimney of his home or buried with him. Alright, just back walking along. Building right here. Used to be the old caretaker's house a long time ago. Now it's just used for storage. The sheriff's department has since put up a camera and locked it because of tweakers going in there, and yeah. Also, anyone thinking of coming up here, they know when people are up here. Don't risk it. As a part of HHL, I do have permission. So, ghostly stories about the building. Sounds of knocking on glass, boots, tapping. One time we were in there during a ghost walk because it started to downpour, and did an EVP session, and we instantly heard, "Get out of my house." So, the caretakers used to live on site, obviously. However, after they stopped doing that, if it was winter like it is right now, and you died, and it was too cold and the ground was too hard to bury you, you stayed in there till spring. Alright, so I think I need to keep rolling continuously as I walk from location to location up here, because I just literally heard something say cemetery. I do not know what it was, but due to file sizes and everything else, I was going to not roll continuously. That way transfer is easier and quicker, but something has my attention. That's for sure. We are at the Sloan section. George Sloan was a very prominent figure in this town. He had no vices. Didn't drink, didn't smoke, didn't gamble. Unfortunately, he could not stay faithful to his wife, Jessie. During one of his little sexual escapades, Mr. Sloan ended up procreating a daughter named Christina. Christina lived a very troubled life. She was abandoned at an early age, possibly 18, 19, or 20, by her mother, and was basically left to fend for herself. Christina knew that George was her father, and Christina approached him in front of the Spread Eagle Tavern with a few of the other prominent townspeople around. And it embarrassed him. Understandably so. To the point where George had hired 2 Irish canal workers, a little bit of extra spending money for at the bar, to go to her place and cause a little disturbance. Now, during this disturbance, this is where the story goes 2 different ways. The legend states that Mr. Sloan used the excuse of Christina being a witch, and they actually hung her in this cemetery right over there. Can't see the tree now, but it would have been over there. Her final last words were allegedly that she cursed the town of Hanoverton, and one day she would rise from the grave and she would doom this city to nothing. Now let's keep in mind that this was in the 1850s. Hanoverton was a canal town. So, the historical aspect of it is that during this little disturbance, she was inadvertently killed. We don't know how or what happened. She was a smaller statured woman, approximately 5'2" to 5'5", based on the LiDAR image. And a couple of big burly Irishmen against a little thing like that, it's not going to go too well, especially if they're causing a disturbance. Now, these Irishmen did not think they were being paid enough to take part in what would, in today's terms, be involuntary manslaughter. And they knew about this grave plot that they had just purchased, the Sloans. Brought her up here, and she is actually buried right over here in the southwest corner of this grave, of this plot, without a marker. None. There is nothing here remembering her, except for these bars and chains. These chains used to have medallions on them of the all-seeing eye. They're gone. Legend states that when the last medallion would fall, Hanoverton would be doomed. Now here's the thing. Uh-oh. Alright, I did just get a K2 spike. This phone is in airplane mode right now, so I should not be getting K2 spikes up here. Did I upset you? You need to pull a recorder out too. Is that Groveville Cemetery Sloan plot? Christina, was that you, my dear? I didn't even get to the good part yet. Yep. I see you lighting me up. You're really lighting it up, dear. So what I'm gonna get to, as I just put that right there, my wife does genealogy on Ancestry. A couple of years ago, she pulled me into the room and she said, "Zach, why does that name look familiar?" Just kind of took a look at it. It was on my family side. Didn't think too much of it at the moment. Took a closer look, and no pun intended, I turned white as a freaking ghost. The name on my family tree, none other than George Sloan. It would be a fourth great uncle by marriage. However, the Robertsons are blood relatives. Long story. So here's some more history about the Sloans. After Christina's death, there was a man named James Farmer who was from Salineville and was a railroadsman here in town, trying to bring the railroad through the town connecting Canton, Cleveland to Pittsburgh. They had a town meeting. Mr. Farmer, unfortunately, was denied the railroad here in Hanoverton. The vote was not unanimous, however, and the one person who voted yes for the railroad approached Mr. Farmer after this town meeting, slapped $10,000 of his own money on said table, and told him, "You need to build that railroad." Mr. Farmer was still offended and stated that he will build the railroad so close to Hanoverton that no one will see it, but you will hear it. Those who have been in this area know, when that train comes a-barreling through at night, you hear it. It's about 2 miles away, but it sounds like it's 2 feet away. So, now that man who slapped that money on the table was none other than Mr. George Sloan. This was after Christina's death. Allegedly, Christina cursed the town before her death. That's where it gets interesting, because the lack of railroad in this town killed the town. Population was roughly 3,200 back then. Now, it has less than 300, roughly 160 years later, 170 years later now. So, makes you wonder. A lot of these small towns have legends. A lot of them have history. For every little bit of legend, there's some sort of detail. Was Christina a witch? Who knows? Christina, are you up here tonight? Do you want to talk? Anyone up here who wants to talk? Christina, George, are you here? Gotta be more clear. Where are you? Hello? How are you? What? Can you repeat that? Did you say your name is Sonia? Hello?
Alright, be honest.
Now come on, I need more clear English than this. No, I've had good results and bad results with Phasmabox. So immediately upon resuming, you will hear something ask if I need any help, at which I say no. And I also noticed that there is this continuous female voice who is not Christina Sloan. I've heard Christina's voice constantly, and this is not her, this is someone different. All right. I don't need help, but thank you. I keep hearing the same voice. Constantly. What is your name, ma'am? What's your name, ma'am? You don't need to say what to me, I said it clearly. Ma'am, what is your name? Don't mind me, I'm just standing here listening to you all talk amongst yourselves. Alright, so the voice that gets very vulgar and does say the F word, I believe, is Jesse and George arguing over who knows what. Keep in mind, I am related to this family too. That wasn't very nice. That was not very nice at all. If I'm being respectful to you, you should be respectful to me. If you said what I think you said, sounded like you said they need to grow up, and I would agree with that. Especially with language like that. Right. Whoever you are, you need to be nice. So like I said, the Phasmabox can be really, really good or really, really bad and just spew out a lot of bullcrap. This is unfortunately one of those incidents where I felt that it was very, very inconclusive. All right, we're back on. What do you want me to do? Tell me, what do you want me to do? Do you want me to stay? Dr. Robertson's over there.
Right now. With my turbo steady.
You guys aren't being talkative now.
Yeah.
Yeah? You keep coming through, but you won't tell me who you are.
Through there.
Looks like my light's going out. Alright, well, I'm going to cut you guys off. Yep.
You don't mean it.
Keep talking. End record. Oops. End record. Alright, if anyone spoke to me, thank you. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. I want to know the female that spoke to me. Can you tell me your name before we go? Because you are not Christina. I know her voice. That's my name. What's yours? Get going? Alright. I will oblige to that, ma'am. Again, thank you. And you have a wonderful night. This is going to be on TV. Well, YouTube.
Power off.
Breath. Don't ever let any ghost hunter tell you when they're filming and the room temperature's 30 degrees and they snap a picture and it looks like this. That ain't no goddamn ghost. Period. Now, if it's 50, 60, 70 degrees, different story. This is all I see up here. This is it. Cold, quiet, dark, by my freaking self. Yeah, I'm here. Are you here? Who are you? You guys are quiet. Yeah, quiet.
it. Come on. Speak with me. I want to know who pushed me. That's all I want. Name. Who? Who did it? Who? Battery, I do see that. And I see you're lighting it up too. So you're here. Yeah? Who are you? Are you a temple? Were you an Oyer? Start taking pictures then. How's that sound? Now, you weren't scared of me whenever I was a 17-year-old kid. Why are you scared of me now as a 34-year-old man? Just to give an idea. ghosts. Come on, who are you? I'll keep poking and prodding. You killed my K2, that's for sure. You've killed my K2. You've pushed me down 17 years ago. I come back up here for the first time in this spot in 17 years. You killed my K2. You don't have any sense of respect to at least tell me your name or who you are or why you did it. Come on now. Who are you? Be more clear. Alright, how about this? I'll shut the Phasmabox off. We'll go old school. No new toys. No K2. Nothing. You, me, a camera, and a recorder. So I've returned. Whenever I was here investigating, I was somewhat belligerent, and I need to apologize for that. And I also need to say thank you. If you're the entity that pushed me down, thank you. Yes, that sounds weird, but without that act, I would have never went on this journey. You opened my eyes to the world that we do not see. That not a lot of people knows exists. So again, I say thank you for what you did. And this journey is just getting going. 17 years later. I ain't stopping. I ain't slowing down. If anything, you've given me a bigger kick in the butt to keep going. So whether your last name is John or Oyer or Temple, who knows? What if you were just a passer through? Again, I say thank you. So I want to give a huge thanks to those who've watched this. This was a huge project that I undertook, and it will continue to be a huge project. I've never done any sort of filming like this or video editing or anything. I basically self-taught while I did this. That said, I have 5 more episodes to go. Episode 2, Sprucevale, the Mill, the Gills, and the Pretty Boy will be released on Saturday, February 13th. Like, subscribe, share, and thank you much. And remember, be a good person. Don't be an asshole.